The tremors intensify, each one a sickening lurch that threatened to send loose rocks raining down upon them. Reese, his face grimy with dust and sweat, braced himself against the tunnel wall, revolver held at the ready. "Another one coming," he shouted over the grinding of stone. Amelia, leaning heavily on Reese's arm, winced. The resonance pulsed through her, a throbbing headache building behind her eyes. She closed them briefly, fighting to regain her focus. The glyphs covering the tunnel walls swam before her vision, their intricate patterns mocking her efforts to decipher their secrets. "It's amplifying," she gasped, her voice raspy. "The tremors, they're feeding the barrier." Carlo, his face etched with worry, leaned further on his cane. "Vogel's learned a great deal about the stone's power. He's twisting it to his advantage. These tremors, they aren't random. They're controlled." He peered at the glyphs lining the tunnel walls, his brow furrowed in concentration. "These markings, they are older than any texts I'm familiar with. Defensive measures, powerful ones. But they're keyed to emotional resonance, to suffering." A guttural growl echoed from the narrow crevice ahead, shaking the very air around them. The creature, a grotesque amalgamation of scales, claws and fangs, shifted in the shadows, its eyes gleaming with predatory malice. It lunged forward, snapping at the air, its fetid breath washing over them. "It's protecting the exit," Reese grunted, leveling his revolver. He fired twice, the shots echoing in the confined space. The creature recoiled momentarily, but quickly recovered, its anger escalating. "It's not just guarding the passage," Amelia said, her voice strained. It's an extension of the barrier. You can't just shoot it." "Then what asterisk to asterisk we do?" Reese demanded, dodging a swipe from the creature's claws. Amelia focused her mind, reaching out with her senses, trying to tap into the resonance, to feel the ebb and flow of Vogel's power. It was a dangerous game, pushing herself so close to the source of her pain, but she knew it was their only hope. "I need a moment," she whispered, her eyes fluttering closed. "I need to disrupt the connection." She visualized the glyphs, tracing their patterns in her mind, searching for a vulnerability, a flaw in their construction. The resonance surged through her, amplified by the creature's aggression, threatening to overwhelm her. But she held on, forcing herself to focus, to pinpoint the source of the link between the creature and the barrier. "The frequency, it's tied to Vogel's suffering," she murmured, her voice barely audible. "I need to introduce a counter-frequency dissonance." Reese, understanding her intention, stepped forward, drawing the creature's attention. "Distract it," he yelled, firing another volley of shots. As the creature lunged at him, Amelia began to chant, a low, rhythmic hum that resonated with the very stones of the pyramid. The air shimmered around her, and a strange, discordant energy began to emanate from her body. The glyphs on the walls seemed to vibrate, their intricate patterns flickering momentarily. The creature roared in frustration, sensing a disruption in its connection to Vogel. It hesitated, its movements becoming erratic. "Now!" Amelia cried, amplifying her chant. A wave of energy pulsed from her, washing over the creature and the barrier. The creature shrieked, momentarily dissolving into shadows before reforming, weaker and disoriented. The barrier shimmered, its oppressive weight lifting slightly. "It's working!" Carl exclaimed, his eyes widening in surprise. "But it won't last long. Vogel will adapt." "We don't have time for what-ifs," Reese said, seizing the opportunity. He charged past the weakened creature, pushing through the remaining fragments of the barrier, and into the crevice beyond. "Come on," he called back. Amelia, exhausted but determined, staggered to her feet, leaning on Reese for support. "The creature's still active," she warned, "but the connection's fractured. We have a window." Carlo, with a grunt of effort, followed close behind, his cane tapping against the stone. As they emerged from the crevice, they found themselves in a significantly larger chamber, its roof lost in shadow. The air was thick with the smell of dust and decay. Directly ahead, a massive stone door, intricately carved with depictions of ancient rituals, blocked their path. "Where are we?" Carlo asked, his voice echoing in the vast space. Before anyone could answer, a chilling voice reverberated through the chamber, seemingly emanating from the very walls. "Impressive little insects. You're proving more resourceful than I anticipated." It was Vogel's voice, amplified and distorted. "But your defiance is futile. You cannot stop what is coming." The ground trembled beneath their feet. The stone door ahead began to slide open, revealing a darkness that seemed to swallow the light, and from within that darkness, a single, burning eye opened, staring directly at them.